Hey there everybody. So today we're going to do a nice mellow practice. We'll be doing a bit of flowing, but we're going to be lying down most of the time, particularly for this first video. And you will need a block or even a blanket for this practice. So we're going to start lying down. So go ahead and lie down on your back. And once you lie down on your back, you're going to take your feet just about hip distance, heels kind of tucked in close. Your block is next to you, and we're going to take the block either level 1 or level 2. So not level 3 today, so 1 or 2. And then from here, you're going to pick your hips up and slide your block underneath your hips. And then you want the block to be under your hips, so your hips are resting on it. If the block is too high under your back and your tush is kind of hanging off, it's going to be really uncomfortable. So you want it underneath your tush. And then we're going to rest the arms down by our sides and hang out here. Keep your feet and your knees about hip distance. And allow your breath to become longer, and not just lengthening the inhalation and exhalation portion of your breath, but the cycle of your breath, that inhalation and then pause, and exhalation, pause. That whole piece, that whole cycle lengthens. As much as possible, breathing in and out through your nose. Allow the back of your head to get heavier and your eyes to relax back. Feel your breath move down into your pelvis. Letting your arms rest wherever they're going to rest. So as you start to settle into this posture, it might take you a little bit to really find those places that are just right for you. We call them the Goldilocks places. Take your time to find those spots so that you can actually rest here. Allow your throat to relax and your jaw to release. Let your eyes settle back into your head. Letting yourself slow down. And sometimes practices like this, where we're quiet and still, are more challenging than practices where we do a lot of moving around. So again, really give yourself the time and the permission to release here. From here, we're going to go ahead and pick up the right foot and draw the right knee into the belly, and you can wrap your hands around your shin. Spread out your right toes a little bit and just take that knee in. Notice how this feels. Keep your left foot gently pressing on the floor. And the action here is between this space, between your left leg and your right leg. So finding that space between them. If you're so inclined here, you could stretch your left leg straighter. Notice that when you do that, it pulls your hips back to the block. Once that happens, you want to keep your front ribs kind of reaching down towards your mat so you don't overarch the spine. And then go ahead and release. Put your left foot on the floor. Switch sides. Pulling that left knee in. And giving that right foot a little press on the floor. Lots of space between the two legs. Head still relaxing back, shoulders back. And if you'd like to, this is totally optional. You could stretch your right leg straight. If you're stretching your right leg straight, you do want to reach through the heel a bit and keep your front ribs tucked down. Sometimes it might feel like you're kind of listing off to the side here, so engaging in that right leg will help prevent that from happening. Softening the head back. And then go ahead and release and set that left foot back down on your mat. And again, bring that right knee into your belly. This time, interlace your fingers behind the thigh and extend that right leg up. And then bend and pull it in a little, and then extend it up. And bend and pull it in, extend it up. Do that a couple more times. Pull in, extend up, pull in, extend up, and then hold here. The knee stays bent. You're reaching through the heel and you're letting your your right sit bone get heavy on your block. Shoulders back. So even though we're moving that right leg around, half of the action in this pose, and by action I mean the effects of this position, are happening in the left leg and in the top of that left leg. So wherever you are feeling the sensation of this, it could be in the right leg, it could be in the left leg, just notice it. Moving slow here to notice how your body's feeling. Lower that right foot and then go ahead and set it down on your mat. And then bring that left thigh in, wrap your hands behind the thigh, and then extend the leg up. Bend and pull in a little. Extend up. As you extend up, the thigh moves away from the belly again. Bend and pull in. Extend up. Bend and pull in. Extend up. Couple more. Bend and pull in. Extend up. And then hold. Keep that left knee bent, but keep reaching through the heel. Let your left sit bone get heavy. How does this feel in your leg? How does it feel in your right leg? How does it feel in your left leg? What about your hips and your belly? And then go ahead and slowly release that left foot back down. We're going to do one more thing here. So you're going to keep both feet on the floor for this one. Stretch your arms out. You're going to just let that right knee drop open to the side so that the pinky edge of your left foot is touching, the pinky edge of your right foot is touching your left foot. Let that right knee drop open, but keep the left knee kind of pointed up to the ceiling. Keep reaching down through the left hip. Breathe. Taking a couple of more breaths as you relax your shoulders back. And again, as in every piece of the pose that we've done so far, notice how this feels. Where do you feel it? How does your breath feel in your body in this position? And then go ahead and bring that right knee up. Keep your right foot on your mat. Open up the left knee. Take the pinky edge of that left foot. Touch the big toe edge of the right foot. Keep your right foot pressing and that right knee pointed up to the ceiling. And just allow that left thigh bone to drop out. Your right hip is gently pressing into your block. Eyes relax. So even though you are using the muscles of the lower body here to hold you, you're not tensing and clenching in your jaw and your throat. So let all that relax. And then go ahead and bring that left knee back up to center and hang out here. As you relax into this supported bridge pose again, and your hips are soft and your shoulders are soft, your throat is relaxing. Take a moment to notice how your hips feel, maybe a little warmer, maybe the tissues surrounding your hips feel a little more supple. And then after you've moved and you're taking this time to rest in this position, begin to notice kind of other things here. How does the floor beneath your body feel? What parts of the back of your body do you feel in contact with your mat or the floor or your block? How does the temperature of the air around you feel? And the sensation of the breath as it moves into your nose. And even the sounds in the spaces around you, outside or inside or wherever you are. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Use your feet on the floor to push your hips up off the block, slide the block out, set it off to the side and roll your hips back down to your mat. Take a moment here and allow your body to kind of reset onto the floor. Noticing those sensations. And then walk your feet a little bit wider towards the edges of your mat and let your knees gently rock side to side. And then finally, finishing up this round of postures by stretching your legs straight. And this is not necessarily Shavasana, but take a moment to let your body reset on this, on the floor. You could even bring your arms up overhead so that the backs of your shoulders easily rest back. If your arms are hanging out in the air, slide your hands down until they're not hanging out in the air. For a moment, feel the heaviness of your body, and again, come back to that practice of noticing your breath, noticing the space around you, noticing your body on the floor.